Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Today we have a new product from Huda Beauty. This is her FAUXFILTER Under Eye Color Corrector. It is part of the FAUXFILTER collection, which now has concealers and color correctors. Now, Huda didn't go into the whole green aspect of color correcting. She stayed with the peach shades. There are 5 different peach shades because peach kind of cancels out darkness. So it's really good for dark under eyes, shadows in the under eyes, veins, hyperpigmentation, things like that. As I mentioned, should have mentioned, this peach comes in 5 different peachy shades. I picked the shade called Peach, which is kind of a pinky orange. Then there's 3 darker and 1 lighter. I'm wondering if I would have been happier with the lighter one. I don't know. I have to see about that. It is a natural finish, medium coverage, and has all those good skin-loving ingredients like vitamin C and niacinamide that we have come to expect. Generally, this is used, and in our demo, we will use it on bare skin. Then you can follow with foundation and follow with concealer. We're just going to use this and concealer. We'll use the Huda FAUXFILTER concealer, why not, over this on bare skin, just to kind of see how it goes and see how it works with, as you now know, are my dark circles in my eyes, also known as my dark pits of despair. We're going to put that to the test. We're also going to put it to a little bit of an intellectual test against a favorite of mine. This is my ever-beloved, but still relatively new to the market, Tarte Shape Tape Corrector. And this one comes in a million different colors, including it varies into the greens and whatnot. But this is the peach shade. It is super, super creamy, a tad bit lighter. So this is the second shade up from Huda, and my beloved, I always call it my beloved. I swear that's in the title of the product. So here's the Huda. It's kind of a pinky orange. This is the second shade up called Peach. And the Tarte that I just rave and rave and rave about, this is empty. So let's see what I can get out of here to swatch. Not much. It's a tad bit lighter, probably more on par with the lighter shade of Huda. I don't know, maybe not. You guys can tell me. So there's my Tarte. And the Huda is a little tiny bit thicker. And the Tarte's a little tiny bit creamier. I like to put on these color correctors lately and let them do the heavy hitting. And then I like a nice creamy but very lightweight concealer over the top just to cover up the peachy cast, or with some color correctors, the green cast. But Huda decided to stay away from the greens. I'm not sure I blame her. They can become witchy poo like green. And she went with these peaches to brighten the under eyes. Now, I think I do mention this later in the video, but NARS has also released an under eye brightener, and I have picked that up as well. So we're going to have lots of dark pits of despair on display. Speaking of dark pits of despair, get ready. Don't be shocked now. Hope you're sitting down. The next scene I will come on with absolutely nothing on my face, heaven help us, and show you what we are working with here, because this FAUXFILTER color corrector certainly has its work cut out for it. Stay right there. Well, it's been a while since I have had to put all sense of ego aside and come on camera with absolutely nothing on my face, so that we can really accurately test out this color corrector. I will apply it, just to stay with the same brand, I will apply it with Huda's FAUXFILTER concealer as well. But let's start with the color Peach that I have purchased and see if it compares to my beloved Tarte. All right, I have nothing on my face. Let's see what we're dealing with here. This is always a humbling experience. I have a lot of redness around my nose, some hyperpigmentation like right here. Why? I don't know. Obviously the sun is to blame, and you know it's coming with sound effects. My very famous dark pits of despair that are right here on both eyes. It's kind of a shadow, kind of a darkness, kind of a hollowness. It's not a great look. And it is really what I ask from my color corrector and what Tarte color corrector has been providing for me. Okay, all right, so we're going to give this a try, and like I said, I do have the Huda concealer here as well, kind of matching concealer. So let's do one side of the face, and then we'll compare. Okay, here we go. Here are the dark pits of despair. Ugh. And we'll go a little bit under and a little bit onto the eye. I've noticed my eyelids are becoming dark. And one thing I didn't point out, as I let this chill out and sit just for a moment, is I also seem to have a blemish right here. Isn't that a good spot for it? Right there. So let's see if we can take a look at it in all of its glory. Let's see if we can maybe get that covered up a little bit. Now I will put a little bit on that hyperpigmentation and around the nose. Yes, I'm polka dot. I can't help it. I also have, and this should be perfect for it, I've already covered it on this side, so I'll show you on this side. I have some, I guess, genetic veins that show right here. So if a color corrector covers that, that will be quite helpful. Now, I'm not expecting this to look perfect on the skin. I'm expecting it to need a foundation and certainly concealer over the top. And I often prefer very lightweight concealer over the top. I let the color corrector do the heavy lifting. And I like to have just a gentle, lightweight concealer to just kind of cover up any orangeness, or depending on the color corrector, other brands have greens and such. Okay, I have a Sonia G brush. I think this has sat for a while. This is a fusion brush, a little bit of both textures of bristles. So we have natural and synthetic. All right, this is a darker one than my peach. Like, I almost feel like I should have gone with a lighter shade. So it will definitely need a concealer. But let's take a look at how it worked. Okay, we'll do the blemish in a moment. I'm just kind of letting the corrector sit on my face. All right, well, let's see. What do you guys think? Here are the dark pits of despair with the new Huda Faux Filter color corrector. And here they are in their natural dark pit of despair glory with nothing on them. Okay, you saw that blemish earlier. Let's see if we have any difference here. Yeah, I mean, that blemish is hideous, so I don't really know if there's any helping it. Now, this is interesting. This, I almost wish that I had gone with the lighter shade. Like, I feel like this is very, very orange on me. And sometimes I like to get a little lazy and just leave the color corrector as the concealer. I wouldn't be able to do that here unless I got the slightly lighter shade, which is fine. So I am a light, medium, neutral skin tone. Keep that in mind. All right, this side of my face is completely color corrected and a bit orange because of it, but I'm not planning to leave it that way. And this side of my face is completely au naturel, I'm embarrassed to say. Now, normally what I would do is I would put on my foundation and then concealer over it. But since we're here, and I have you right now, let's go ahead and put a little bit of concealer over right now. I can add foundation afterwards. Okay, so this is, I've got 2.7 and 3.5. This will be in the description bar. By the way, if you don't know, the description bar is underneath the video, and there's a little arrow down that you can click on, and it expands it. Oftentimes people ask me what I'm wearing, and it should always be down there. I usually will not say, hey, look down below. I don't want to embarrass people. But while I have us all up here, I guess I can tell you. That is the lighter 2.7 shade. This is the 3.5 shade. And I feel like I really need to polka dot because that is definitely an orange to cover up. So this would be good for a time when you are going to put on a kind of full beat of makeup. All right, as I let that sit, let's see what we think now, because we do have to get that orange covered up. Foundation will do that a little bit as well. So I'm going to blend. And this again is the Huda Faux Filter Concealer. Figured we might as well just stick along the same product line. And I would normally have foundation on first, I admit, but I figured let's just give it a try so we can kind of just see what we're working with here. I will do the rest of my face off camera and not make you sit through it. But now, okay, now we're making some progress. Though I don't have foundation on, now we're at least making some progress with getting that orange covered up. Now let's take a look. Here is, let's do before. Here are the dark pits of despair with no treatment at all on them in all of their horrid and dark glory. Here we go. We have the Huda Faux Filter in peach to cover up and the concealer over the top, listed down below in the description bar. As with the rest of my face, let me take a quick look here. not bad. I mean, certainly brighter, certainly better than before. The question is, will this replace the Tarte? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the rest of this off camera, and then we will come back and have a little chat when I get the rest of my makeup on stage. Okay, here's the finished look. I actually had not intended to do a wear test, but you know, life happens. So this is actually a 4-hour wear test. I do still see the blemish in between my eyes, but I swear I would see it in the pitch black with the curtains drawn, you know, at 2 in the morning. I just see it anyway, so I don't know if that's the fault of the product. Let's take a look, shall we, with full makeup on at the dark pits of despair, shall we? I don't want to turn too much. I want to make sure that you can see them in their glory. Certainly better than before they have anything on. The question is, does this actually fairly compete with my beloved Tarte? The shade maybe is a little bit more orange. I think it's a close competitor, and I do want to try this also with some other concealers. I do enjoy actually the Huda FAUXFILTER concealer. I actually do enjoy it, but I feel like it might benefit from a creamier, lighter feeling formula like Natasha Denona, or the new, here I go with Tarte again all of a sudden, or the new Tarte has the Radiant concealer, the new Radiant Shape Tape. I hated the original, I hated the creamy, but I do like the Radiant. I have a review of that. So I think it might benefit from that actually, because I think the Huda FAUXFILTER is a little bit drier. So I don't know, just a thought. But I definitely think it is a very good product, especially if you have a brand loyalty to Huda. What I mean by that is if you like her products and her complexion products work well for you, I think you will like this. It certainly has helped, and I am not upset with my look at all. The question is, for me in everyday use, will it end up beating my beloved Tarte? I don't know. And I'm out of that Tarte, so we'll have to see. I do like how creamy this is. NARS has one that's creamy as well. Plus, you know, NARS has an under eye brightener they've just released that I have coming soon. So we've got lots of chances for my dark pits of despair to stand out, I must tell you. All right, let me know what your thoughts are. How do Huda FAUXFILTER and her complexion products work for you? I actually find them to be very good little products. You know, so let me know what your thoughts are. That's what makes us a community after all. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I sure hope that you did. Hey, if you haven't already done so, make sure that you subscribe to this channel so we can continue to grow. And please know at 15,000, we will schedule a subscriber live with all sorts of cool giveaways. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't gotten a chance to yet. Make sure you do that. Come on over to TikTok and Instagram and say hello and give me a follow over there. And don't forget that you can become more involved with this YouTube channel by becoming a channel member or by giving super thanks. But in any way that you are here, please know that I am just thrilled to see you. And I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Bye-bye.